Hey everybody, it's Doug Mystic Eye here. Doug Mystic Eye on Board Game Geek, just Doug normally. But we're going to continue our playthrough. I think I finally got through the error of my ways and got to a point where we're not in an area where there might be a potential mistake looming over my head. We'll see how we do this turn. I think we're okay. But I want to say today was expansion day. So I got some stuff in the mail. One was, this is my Kickstarter version. Thank you Kickstarters for Belfort, the expansion. You know, it's a really little box, but there's a lot of stuff in here. I was really surprised. I'm not going to go into what's in there. I'm just showing you what expansions have come out because they're kind of cool. This one too, Last Will, Getting Sacked is, if you haven't played Last Will, you're missing out. It's a great game. Same with Belfort. But Last Will is a game where it's kind of like Brewster's Millions. Turn of the century, you're trying to lose all your money. And in this one, it adds the factor of trying to lose your job. And then got the expansion for Mice and Mystics, The Heart of Glorm. You know, I might do a playthrough of that too coming up because I like doing playthroughs of story type games, and it's definitely a storytelling game. It's really good. The only problem is in doing a playthrough. One of the reasons I haven't considered it as much is in doing a playthrough of that, you will absolutely wipe out the story. If you watch it, you'll know the story and it won't be surprising. But that might be okay for some. And then last but not least, got the Zulkin Tribes and Prophecies expansion, which adds something I think was kind of missing, which was specific tribes and tribal abilities. Well, I wouldn't say missing, just it was a worthy addition. So I got those few things. But let's move on to our playthrough of Eldritch Horror. So when last we left off, we were about to move on to the next turn, which means that we got to take the first player marker and give it to Jim Oliver. He's going to be first to take his actions. He's still in the Tokyo space. He's got a couple of spells. We got to get some more spells because that's how we are going to solve our current mystery, which I'll show you again. We solved the first one by killing the Dunwich Horror in Arkham, but now we have this, and we have to pass the lore test when resolving a spell effect. If I do pass it, I can spend a clue and get rid of the spell after he's finished. Wait, do I have to get rid of the spell? And discard the spell. Yeah, so I have to get rid of the spell, and we only have a couple of spells right now. I have to do it equal to the number of investigators, so that'd be three spells that I have to turn in. Right now, between my characters, all three of them, there's only one that has spells. He's got two, and that was Jim Oliver. But let's go to Jim Oliver now. He's on the board. This is him right here. Now, if we pan down just a little, let me unwind it there. He is right here. So let's go to his turn now. So there he is up in the corner, up in Tokyo. And for his next action, I think that he's going to continue to try and get some stuff. If he wants to get spells, we got to get him like to Buenos Aires or someplace like that. There's spells there. But for now, what I think we're going to do is we're going to do a check and see if we can get something out of the reserve here. Ideally, which he doesn't have enough dice to do right now, there's a shotgun there, but if you can roll 3, you can take out a bank loan and get that double-barrel shotgun, which I don't know if he's the person who'd want to have it, but it's pretty powerful. But let's roll for that. Let's do for a second, his second action, he's going to roll. Doesn't need to start moving to Sydney though. Doesn't have a token. Yeah, let's not. You know, he's got some stuff. He's not a good fighter though. He's not a good fighter. Okay, yeah, let's do that because we need to get him some more stuff. Everybody needs more stuff all the time. So he's got an influence of 3 right now. And as I'm looking at his stuff, he does not have anything that will enhance that, but he does have his lucky rabbit's foot, which he can use once around to resolve anything. Let's see what he gets here. So he got 1 success, and there are 2 1 success items on the board. There's the Arcane Manuscript, which is right here. It's basically gains 1. You gain 1 lore when resolving spell effects. That's not too bad. And he's the guy with the spells, so that's probably a good thing for him. Also, in addition to Pocket Watch, which is a trinket, means doesn't count. When it says lose an item or something like that, you cannot become delayed unless you choose to. That's similar to the ability that Mark Harrigan has, the other character. I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to buy the Arcane Manuscript, because +1 lore when casting spells is very helpful, because next turn he can... I didn't want to use his Feed the Mind ability because he could lose sanity, and that's not cool. So when he builds up to normal sanity, we'll use that again, but now he's got another dice to roll with it, which will be helpful to him. And that will... we've got to put out another item. We're going to get the Holy Water Flask. That goes out in the reserve, and that's going to end his action turn. So now we're going to go to Leo Anderson, who is currently residing in Arkham. So here's Leo. He's doing really well. He's got his Flute of the Elder Gods. He's got his Hired Muscle. He's still got a Dark Pact. I can't figure out how to get rid of that, except for to have it happen. So I didn't realize the detriment there. But he's also got his 45 automatics in his King James Bible, and he's probably about to have an axe, and I'll tell you why. So let's go to the table, and we'll do what he does. Okay, here he is. He's in Arkham, and his first action is going to be to rest. He's got 3-5. He goes up 1 more health, which will give him, put him up to his total health, and he's also going to go up 1 sanity, which is important because he has lost some sanity, and that'll put him up to 4, which is a good thing. And then for his second action, he's going to go to London. He's going to skip on over to London, take on that monster in that gate there in London. The monster is a maniac, so that won't be too bad. That's going to end his action for the turn. Now we're going to go to Jim Harrigan, who's in Istanbul. Okay, you can see he's got a decent amount of stuff. I need to make an adjustment. He last turn, when he healed up, he was on the space with a monster, so he couldn't have rested, which means he wouldn't have gone up 2 health, and he wouldn't have, well, yes, he could have, I guess, because investigators on your space may recover 1 additional health or discard, no, that's when performing a rest action, so he couldn't have done it, but he's going to do it now. So he's now got 3 health, or, 2 more health, 1 for resting and +1 for his Witch Doctor companion. He's back up to 3 sanity. That's his first action. So let's go to the table for what comes next. So Jim's in a place with a clue, so we're probably going to try and stay here right now. He's got a 2 influence, so he can do an influence check. He's only down 1 sanity. He's only got a 4 to begin with. He does have a clue already, which is helpful. So for his action, I think we're going to do, for his first action, I think we're going to take a train ticket. We're going to prepare for travel by taking a train ticket, which is what? Those tickets right there. It's going to go on a sheet. And then for his second action, we might as well see if we can do an influence test and gain an item. Let me see if he has anything useful. And keep in mind, he's blessed, so he succeeds on it. No, he didn't have anything that's going to help. He does succeed on a 4, 5, or 6 when rolling. So here's the dice roller. Let's see what we get. Wow, nothing. And he was not negotiating well that day. So that's going to end his actions, actually. That's going to end the action turn for this round. And next we're going to go on to the encounters. So we got Jim Oliver. He's in Tokyo. He's going to encounter the Tokyo space. And we're going to see what that leads him to here. Let's pull the card up. So there's Tokyo. So a translation of the Tao of Immortality is kept in the Tokyo University Library. If you are deemed trustworthy, you are granted, let's pull that back so there's some light on there, there you go, you are granted access to the ancient text. Make an influence check. If you pass, you can use the arcane manual to move 1 monster of your choice to any other space of your choice. No, okay. I guess that's okay, but I can think of something I can do there, and if I do succeed, I'll let you know what that is. So first off, Jim Oliver has an influence of 3. And again, he's still got his lucky rabbit's foot. He can re-roll 1. And here we go. Let's roll that out. He got a 6. See the 6 there. So he did pass his check. And he only needed to succeed once, as usually the case. So he does get to move a monster, and I'm going to show you what I want to do here. because we're pretty close to this, to the expedition again, and the expedition's at the pyramids, but there's a big nasty mummy there, and the mummy is kind of tough. I don't know if you see him. Here's the mummy. Yeah, so he, when this monster, okay, so he's got a -2 strength, and he does a lot. So anyway, we're gonna move, we're gonna move him because I'm gonna do something kind of. I want to get to that expedition without having to fight him. So he's right there. So we're just gonna move him down to Antarctica. The mummy is now in Antarctica. If we ever do have to go there, I guess we'll have to fight the mummy. But for now, Leo's right here with the London Gate, the Gate of London. And he's got a maniac in his space. So, here's the maniac. Yeah, he's got, so with the maniac, you can see if you fail your strength test, you have to discard an ally. He doesn't have an ally. Well, wait. Yes, Leo does. He has his hired muscle, but the odds of him failing a strength test in a fight is pretty slim. So we're going to go do that fight right now. So he's going to have, right now he's got a strength of 3. He's got his 45 automatics, which give him another 3, and he's got his hired muscle, which gives him a 1 and a reroll. So let's get to the I have 4 dice right here. I'm going to have to add some more probably to this. Well, I will, unless he succeeds immediately. He only has to get one. First we have to do his will check. His will is a 4. So, and he also has his King James Bible, so he gets another. He gets to reroll when you do that. When he does that. So here's his roll for his will check. He did succeed. I don't know if you can see it there, but there under my thumb there. He's got a 6. So he succeeded with 1 at his will check. And actually the will roll is will +1 for this maniac, so he would have even had another die roll. So he was fine. Now we're going to do the combat test, which is strength -1. So right now he's got a 3, 6 for the 45 automatic, +1 for his hired muscle. So he's got a total of 6. I got 4 dice here. I'm going to roll those first. We'll see what we get. He only got 1 success in the 4 dice, so that's not so great. Here's that one. Now he's got 2 more dice and a reroll. So let's roll the 2 more dice first. So he gets, there's another one. So he's, so far, yeah, so at that point he has overcome the damage. He's not going to take any damage, and he's defeated the maniac. So, maniac goes back in the cup. It's gone, and we get to flip through the deck and look for a fire axe. Let's see if we can find that in the items deck real quick. Or maybe it's just an axe, I don't know. Anyway, it's what it is. And interestingly, where is it? I don't have it out on the table. There it is, the axe. Okay, so what does the axe do? Let's get it in camera here. I can back it up a little bit for you. Okay, here's the axe. Basically, it's a +2 strength during combat encounters, and you can spend 2 sanity to reroll any number of dice when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. Not too bad for good old Leo Anderson. Now, is this next part of that, I'm going to shuffle the items up real quick. He's going to encounter the gate. So after killing the maniac, protecting the gate in London, he steps through to deal with the scenario, whatever's happening within this gate. So we go to Yugoth. You discover a waxen mask and artificial hands. Your mind reels as you realize that the old man you had spoken to earlier was actually some terrible creature disguised as a human. We need to make a will test. So he's got a will of 4. He's got his King James Bible. He's doing okay. So, will test. We got 6 right there, and we could have re-rolled with his King James Bible, but he succeeded at his will test. So let's go back to the card now. Take a look at that. This is what happens when you succeed, right here. So you realize now that the old man's words carry a secondary meaning. You attempt to decrypt what he said. Make a lore check. If you pass, you understand the man's implied instructions. Close the gate. If you fail his words, you become delayed. Okay, let's do that. So his lore is only a 2, which isn't isn't wonderful. I'm looking to see if he's got anything that can help him. Nope, this is one area he's got no help, so we just got to get lucky and roll. And he didn't have a clue token, so there's no rerolls here. He did not succeed, so it says that he would be delayed. Okay, yeah, he is delayed, so we're going to turn him over. He did not succeed in closing the gate, and he got hung up there. So that's where he's at for the turn. That means next turn he just gets to stand up. Kind of sucks. And the gate's still there. That kind of sucks too. So next we're going to move on to our last player, which is Jim Harrigan, or I'm sorry, Mark Harrigan, and he is here in Istanbul. Okay, so after Jim Oliver moved the monster out of Tokyo, that left just a train ride to the pyramids, so he can go to the pyramids and attempt the expedition, or he can get the clue. What do you think, guys? Let me think here. Clues are always good. He's got one. If he closes the gate, he gets clues as well. I think we're going to go for the expedition again. But he already moved, so right now he's got to stay there. So while we're there, let's do a research encounter, and we're going to encounter instead of encountering Istanbul, we're going to encounter a city space and do research to get the clue. So here's the encounter that we have. Let's see if I can get that for you so it's nice and flat. There we go. Okay, so this is we're in a city. We're in the city of Istanbul. You search an underground temple dedicated to the fertility goddess. Okay, that's going to be not his best stat. He's got a 2 observation, so it's observation -1. If you pass, you find a hidden tunnel that connects to the temple to a cemetery. Gain 1 clue and 1 additional clue. If you failed, mold spores get into your lungs and you get an internal injury condition. Wow, that's not good. But keep in mind that he's blessed. So, yeah, keep in mind he's blessed. So we're going to only need to roll. He's going to have 1 die, but he only needs to roll 4 better. It's not resolving a gate, so he doesn't get anything special there. Here we go. Let's hope he gets it. Of course not. So he did not gain the expedition or the clue token that was there. And he gains a internal injury condition. Okay, there's an internal injury condition. So let's look at that. Here's what Mark Harrigan gained from that issue. Okay, when you perform a rest action, you may roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6, you discard it. If we get a reckoning effect or the comet, we have test strength. If we fail, we flip this card. So that could be bad for Mr. Harrigan there. We'll see. That is going to end the encounter phase for this turn, and now we're going to do our Mythos phase. Are you ready? Let's get to it. Okay, here's our Mythos deck, guys. So let's draw our Mythos card. Now remember, if we ever run out of Mythos cards, game over. But we're okay right now. We've got plenty to go, and we already have 1 mystery solved, and just got to collect some more spells to get rid of the rest of them, and clues. So what we have here, we have an advancement on the Omen track. We are going to have a Reckoning or Comet effect, and we're going to spawn gates. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move up to the Omen track right there. Okay, and we're going to advance that to the Comet. Now let me look at the gate that's there. Nope, the only gate that we have on the table does not have that symbol on it, so we are okay. And this doesn't have a monster surge or anything. So next we got to do reckoning effects. So let us, now we do actually have, I think, an issue with this. So we'll start with our guy Yog Sothoth, because he does have a reckoning effect there. Each investigator on a space containing a gate advances the doom by 1 unless he discards a spell. Well, the only one on a gate is Leo Anderson, and Leo Anderson does not have a spell. So we have no option, unfortunately, but to move the Doom track back down to 9 on that. So that's going to resolve his reckoning effect. Now, I don't know let me look at the TikTok guys. I don't think they do not have a reckoning effect, the TikTok men. And now of course we have conditions that will affect people on the board. So I'm just going to take one more glance at the board and see. I don't want to forget our rumor card either. Okay, when this card is in play, spawn and defeat the rumor. Yep, oh, we gotta go defeat the TikTok guys. Okay, so there is an effect here on this card. So right now there are 3, and it says during a reckoning effect, discard one of the Eldritch tokens on there. So if we get down to none, when there are no Eldritch tokens on here, this card is discarded and all clues in the game board. Then each investigator discards all of their clues too. So we want to go get those guys before it gets too late and we lose all our clues. That's bad. So we resolve that. That's the only thing. I'm glancing at the board one more time. The mummy doesn't have an effect. The gate does not have an effect. Okay, we're good. So now we're down to conditions. So it looks like the first player that we have with conditions is, let me scroll down here, is, yeah, is our guy Leo Anderson. He's got the Dark Pact. So what does it say to do on a reckoning effect with the Dark Pact? It says, roll 1 die. On a 1, it is time to fulfill your part of the bargain. Flip this card. So we're going to roll 1 die. I'm pretty good at rolling 1s. Kind of nervous about that. So let's see how this goes. I rolled a 2, so we're okay. That did not come into effect, and that's the only thing he has. Now we got our guy here, Mark Harrigan. He's got 2. So the first thing he has to roll for is his blessed status. If I roll a 1 or 2, I discard the card. Let's roll. Oh, 1. Of course, so he lost his blessed status. Barely got to use it. That's gone. And we'll move that back over to the status deck there. And now he's got his internal injury. So I have to test strength or flip the card. His strength is 4. It's not a combat action, so it's just going to be his base strength of 4. He rolled a 5, so he did succeed. It says if you fail, flip the card. So he did not flip the card, and that is going to, he lost his blessing. God, it really bites. Anyway, that's going to end our mythos effect for the comet. Now let's find our card, because I think we have a gate to spawn, which means we're going to spawn, if you remember correctly, our guide for how many we spawn. What we do is that little card next to Yog-Sothoth there. So we're going to spawn 1 gate, and that gate will spawn a monster as well. And then we'll read the event. So let's do that. Where is our gate going to appear now? In Shanghai. So Shanghai gate is right there. And we're going to draw a monster out of the monster cup. What did we get? Oh, great. We got a star spawn. Let's see how bad this guy is. Whoo, lordy, he's tough. You know, that might be another one for the Flute of the Outer Gods to deal with, along with the TikTok man. Anyway, does a lot of damage, and if we get a reckoning effect with this guy on the board, we roll on a 1 or 2, we advance the Doom track. So we got to go to Shanghai and beat that thing pretty rapidly. And then, last but not least, we're going to resolve the card itself. So let's read the text. It says, you drop a penny into the peculiar mechanical device. The automaton waves its hand and turns over a card bearing the words, good luck is with you. The lead investigator, so omen of good fortune. Event, the lead investigator may move the omen to a space of his choice without advancing the omen track. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad. I think based on the 2 that are out there, we're just going to back it up one, because, so let me show you why. So we got one with the star symbol on it, or the comet symbol on it, and one with the constellation symbol on it, on the gates, the 2 gates that are available. So if we put it there, it means it'll move next time to a space that has no effects. So that's what we're going to do, and that will end our mythos phase for this turn, and our turn. So hey, thanks for watching. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I did not have an error on that. Wouldn't that just be the coolest thing ever? Anyway, thanks again, and we'll talk soon. Bye.